What's good? It's a Tuesday night vibe, man. We in here. Let that ride out. Let that ride out. Yeah, who got the freestyle? I'm at freestyle. What's up? What's good, man? It's a Tuesday night. No strings attached, man. We kicking it tonight. Rolex Risky, Chris Blake, JC in the building. What's up, fella?
¿Qué lo que, papito? Ya tú sabes, Puerto Rico en la casa, esto es lo que hay siempre, brother.
Man. We're gonna do we're gonna jump straight into the foolishness early. Okay. All right.
Hey man, I like that tune, man. Bring it in, man. Grown and sexy. I'm gonna have to start wearing suits on this month. You know what I'm saying? Get my KS on, my Kevin Samuels, man. He need a successor.
Hilarious. Let's go, man. Lot to talk about tonight, man. A lot going on, man. Hey, everybody hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button. We do appreciate it. We do a show on Tuesdays and a show on Wednesday nights, man. Tonight we're gonna talk about this Quavo situation, along with the unfortunate passing of Offset as a result of the whole encounter that happened down in H-Town.
Takeoff, fool.
I said Takeoff. I said Offset.
Passing of Offset. Damn.
Yeah, my fault.
Don't put it out there before it happens, because
I know. I'm sorry.
Rappers
the Quavo situation that led to the passing of Takeoff. I always get them confused. My apologies.
You know what it is? That Houston had his on too tight.
It actually is not tight at all. It's very, very loose.
You around here wearing loose hats, brother?
I don't want nobody to think that I got. Listen, I am from the city, but I ain't had nothing to do with that. But yeah, man, listen, man, I want to talk about it a little bit tonight, but I didn't want to go too long. I contemplated doing a full show on it tonight, and listen, it's not much that you can really say. We've been down this road, unfortunately, so many times now with rappers. Like, it's not the exact scenario every time, but it's like, what I'm saying? Like, what more can you say? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's nothing else you can say, bro. It's just like cats gonna have to start moving different until they start doing that. You know what we can say though? Well, how about we can ask, when has a dice game ever ended well?
Hilarious.
Like, real question. Like, I'm not even trying to make no joke, but like, fam, from friends to family members, dice games never end well, bro. Like, they've never ended well, man. So, like, bro, if you're going to shoot dice, man, take your ass to the casino or something. Stop messing around in these streets shooting dice with people, even if you know them, because it seems like people forget who they are. Like, they forget who each other is when they're shooting dice. And it's money on the line, dog. Like, it's just weird, man.
Yeah, I'm not, I don't know if I've ever seen a scenario in which dice games end. I mean, what's the Chappelle skit, right? When
the World Series of Dice.
Yeah. Not to make light of the situation, but you
got to keep from crying, because this shit is sad. It's so sad, dude. It's like what they come on, man. How much money could they have been shooting around there? Like what 5,000 a roll or something? They weren't even probably shooting that much money, right? You know what I mean? So like, how much money could they have been shooting for that led to a fight where basically a superstar rapper, he got killed? Like, what could they have been on the line, dude? Nothing. The only thing that was on the line was pride, bro. That's the only thing that was on the line. How many black men have died because of pride, dude? Yeah. Like, we gotta make light of that, bro. We can't sit up here and be too serious. What? Say we gotta end this? Come on, bro. You and me know this shit ain't about to end no time soon, dude.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, dude. Unfortunately, man.
Yeah, and again, I want to make sure that when we talk about this, we put it in the proper context. This, because some people are saying, "Oh, this is, the black community got to do better." Listen, man.
No. Go ahead. I'm sorry, man, but I kind of see where you're going. My bad.
No, but it's always this thing of, when these things happen, hey, the black community, we got to stop killing us. We doing this. Listen, bro, this is as crazy as this sounds. A lot of these killers that take place, man, it's sometimes you sit back and like, well, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I saw the recent video on TMZ, and again, man, I don't want to put listen, I always say this. I don't want nobody to die, right? Because ain't no coming back from that. That's a famous quote from Biggie. You know what I'm saying? But when you see what's going on in the scenarios, you're playing an out-of-town dice game. I'm sure they shooting for big money, right? They shooting for some stacks. Dice, bro, like you said, what dice game don't get heated, right?
Motherfuckers shot their grandmama over dice.
Especially when you losing. You start getting rolled. You start getting rolled on the dice. Bro, listen, you know how many times I've seen people just grab dice and throw them?
And the fight ensue afterwards.
Of course. Of course. What's up, Jasmine? I ain't seen you in a minute in here, Jasmine. What's up, Jazz?
Hi, Jasmine.
Jazz, let me know what you think about the Quavo. I keep saying the Quavo situation. I know Takeoff passed, but I always wanted Takeoff wasn't doing anything, though, at least from what we've seen. So that's why I'm always saying the Quavo situation, right?
Bro,
because
he gotta feel terrible, dude.
Yeah.
He gotta feel terrible, dude. Because that was over nothing, bro.
Yeah.
That was over absolutely nothing, man. And you know what? I used to be like, man, why the hell people always recording something? They recording that shit because they can sell it to TMZ.
For a big bag.
You could tell whoever was recording that, the one that TMZ was showing like before the shooting. Actually, no, during the shooting, they just didn't get who was the shooter. That person was kind of hiding their camera, bro.
Yeah, they not up
that?
there out in the open. No. They on the low with this.
They very on the low with it, bro. Either they knew something was about to happen, or they could have just been enamored. They could have just seen stars and was like, record. But I believe people know something gonna go down.
Well, first of all,
got footage.
That was a private party, right? So it wasn't like, it's just people out and about. They had like rented out that little pool hall or like bowling alley, whatever it was. So it seemed like that was probably somebody who came with somebody, right? And so you don't want to be in there with your shit all up just on some super goofy, you know what I'm saying? So, but you do want to let people know you was there, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, we got to understand like where we are, man. People want to let everybody know where they at and what's going on. So, because I saw Gilly the Kid came out, Gilly the King. Shout out to $1 million worth of game. No disrespect to today's platform, but I vehemently disagree with something that he said because he was going off on the whole y'all goofy because y'all always bringing out your phones and y'all record. Now, if you want to talk about people recording Quavo's body, okay, you know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying.
That was so sick.
But you know what's crazy though? We live in a time and in a place to where if people didn't see that body, do you know how many conspiracies and what people will really be saying, what really happened? Oh, no, he ain't really dead, though. They just saying that. What really happened is, so, I mean, listen, I'm not saying that it was a good thing. I'm just saying we live in a time in which people record and pull out their phones on everything, bro.
Everything, dude. Everything. Dog, like, I remember the first time I was out somewhere. This was like 2012, 2011 it happened. About 2011. Somebody took a picture of me and put it on their like Facebook, Instagram type ish or whatever. And I'm from Memphis, bro. Like, we didn't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they wanted to just put you up.
Yeah, just put me up. And I was like, wait a minute, what? And then like another time I went out with some cats, because you go out, you're in a new city, you don't really know everybody, we go out. But it's just the fact that somebody just like taking a video of you or taking a picture of you and you don't know they doing it. Right. And then they'll post it. And it was like, damn, I knew things were about to change then because I felt so uncomfortable. I felt violated, bro. But now that is the norm, dude. So it's like, you ain't getting rid of these cameras, dude. You're not getting rid of these cameras, man. Yeah. I'm never getting used to it, though. I don't like it.
Yeah, shout out to Jasmine. What up, Jazz? Again, Jazz said people need to focus more on the actual task at hand, which is the man being murdered. I agree, you know what I'm saying? That like, but I mean, like, I don't know where, I mean, it's only we only need one person to call the cops. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that ain't happening. It ain't about to happen with them, but that bunch. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Like, listen, I understand the sentiment of wanting to, call and get stuff done. Trust me, I get it. But I'm also just focusing on like the reality and times and on where we are right now. And people pull out their phone, man. You know what I'm saying? If somebody get into a fight right now, somebody gonna pull out their phone to record it. That's just
absolutely, man.
And I think maybe that's a World Star thing. I think that's where that came from, if I'm not mistaken. Is that a
kind of because people wanted that moment? You know what I mean? They wanted that moment. Damn, I wonder how World Star didn't become TMZ. Maybe because they ain't had the infrastructure. Because really, people used to send that shit to World Star too. I guess World Star wasn't paying for the videos. They said, "Nah, we going to TMZ. Fuck y'all."
TMZ definitely paying a big bag because they getting all the exclusives.
They are, man.
Yeah, they getting all the exclusives. You know what I'm saying?
RP Takeoff though, man. That was sad, dude. It's always sad. It happens way too often, man. What other group of people do you see plastered all over the screens dead? Other than us, like, do you ever see any other group of people like that? It's a damn war in Ukraine. have you ever seen a dead body from Ukraine? It's a war going on over there. I've not seen one body or one bomb dropped over there, bro. But we get to see each other, you know what I'm saying, kill all the time. Like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, and I'm with you, Jasmine, because Jasmine said that she probably would record too, but she probably wouldn't post the dead body. I'm with you on that part. You know what I'm saying? But right now, there's a big, you know, that there's a big conspiracy about what's the gangster from New York that just recently allegedly died. What's his name? Just got out of jail. Alpo. You know, a lot of people don't think he's dead, right?
Why not?
They never saw the body.
Really?
Nobody ever saw a body.
I mean, he was in witness protection, so if he isn't, then hopefully he went back.
You remember that was a big part of the whole thing with Tupac. Why people to this day still think Tupac is alive.
You know what? They did video his truck, but it wasn't no body, and it was just a bullet hole. So
yeah, with Buddy's truck. Now listen, I'm not saying it. I'm just putting it out there that, like, we live in a time in which if you don't show a body or a funeral or something, people gonna go crazy with these conspiracies, and it's unfortunate, man. Because I'm with you, Jazz, man. Like, it's just, we got to really focus on like what happened. And this is up from TMZ. This is the latest from them. This is them showing. This is their caption. Quavo was toe to toe with a group of guys outside the Houston bowling alley. Takeoff and others had his back while he argued for more than 30 seconds before shooting began. Listen, man. Again, it's a dice game. People gonna get heated, and let's be honest, bruh. I've seen people get into fights playing dominoes.
Man, dominoes, dice, and spades.
You did?
Those are some dangerous games, bro. Dominoes, dice, and spades, bro.
Let me ask you a question, Chris Blake.
What up?
How much is shit talking a part of the culture?
It's everything. Yeah, it's a big part, man. It's everything, dude. Like, but people know it can get like you can do it to where it's not disrespectful, though. But some people don't know how to do that. Some people don't know how to do that.
How does that happen, though? How do you do it to where it's not disrespectful?
Like calling somebody out their name, you know when you hit somebody below the belt, man, you going a little too far with things. And the key word that does it, you either invite somebody to your private parts or you call them a bitch. You call another man a bitch, like you open yourself up for it.
Yeah, I think sometimes too it depends on who you joking with, right? If these are people that like you really don't know like that, you might want to tone that down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Be cautious, because me and my dude, we kind of shit. If you at my crib and we doing something, we chilling, we what I'm saying. So we sometimes joke kind of harsh on one another. You know what I'm saying? But like we know each other. You know what I mean?
Right. It's different.
Yeah. Versus somebody you don't know. So I don't know how well that these people all knew each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Right.
I mean, it's a private party, but you know how that go. Like he invited it's me and you, we cool, but now you invited two of your dudes that I really don't know, and they get into it with my other homeboy and maybe a friend of his that I really, you know what I'm saying? So it can go weird. And
it was a private party, but it was Prince Jr., man. I heard he be out there moving like Joffrey, bro.
Well, hold on now. Let's be careful.
I mean, hey, man.
Let's be careful.
It was Junior though, man. Junior be in some mess, bro. Like it just seemed like it. So you go to a Junior party. I mean, you ain't got the doctors and lawyers up in that motherfucker. I'm just saying that,
Let's be careful. Let's just be careful.
Keep wilding. You crazy. Man, what the hell just said, man? Yeah, but nah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, RIP, dude. What can you say, bro? It's just sad to see, man. It just happens way too often, and at this point, it's gonna happen again, man. Not because we wanted to. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, again, yeah. I mean, you gotta remove yourself from certain situations. And it is what it is. I'm not gonna get on here and preach and talk about all this and all that. You know what I'm saying? I think I saw a lot of people doing that today, and it's the same thing, man. Like with the PNB Rock situation that happened, people gonna get in here. We our own worst enemy. We killing each other. Hey, listen, bro. Sometimes dudes are in the wrong place, doing the wrong thing at the wrong time. Not saying that was a situation here, but if you want to roll, if you want to shoot dice, I know we ain't got casinos like that in the H, but Louisiana is like 2 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Skipping a jump.
Yeah, you can just go right there, roll all the dice you want to at the casino. You know what I'm saying? Get you a nice private room.
Security
but I get it,
around.
Man. Yeah, I get it though. They was kicking it, man. I'm not trying to make light of it, you know what I'm saying, by any means. But I mean, you know, we're gonna keep having these conversations. Apparently, though, probably every at this point, it's like every other month now.
It is, man, and it's not stopping at like you know, like okay, so PNB. Not to even again like make light of it, but PNB was cold, man. You know, he had a jam and a wow, you know. So it's like, damn, something happened to him. It's like, damn, you remember him. But Takeoff, like, dude, that was a hot group. Migos always been hot, bro. Those are superstars, dude. So it's like big, small, it don't even matter. It's range in the killings, bro.
Yeah.
You know, Pop Smoke was fish grease. How is fish grease, bro?
Yeah.
When that stuff happened to him, man, like I don't know, man. I mean, it's kind of weird though, because cats come out and be like, man, we got to do better. Stop killing each other. It's like, it's not like stop stealing from each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
right.
You shouldn't have to tell no people to stop killing each other, bro. You can't really tell no people to stop killing each other. Like, that's just, it's weird. Bro. Ain't it weird though? Like,
it is something weird. It's a weird request.
It's so weird, dude.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. What can you say, man? What can you say?
Ain't nothing really to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some of it kind of is what it is. I think sometimes though what we do is a bit of a disservice, I think, because we put them all in a vacuum, right? And some of these things are drastically different. You know what I'm saying? Some of these scenarios, huh?
What you mean, like some of the what's the difference?
Well, like, so you take like Nipsey Hussle, that was a totally different situation from the PNB Rock, which was a totally different situation from the Takeoff thing, which is a totally different situation from the Pop Smoke thing. Like,
damn, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these are totally different things and totally different situation from the Young Dolph thing. Now, the one thing all of these people have in common is that, well, not even all have in common. See, like, so again, we'd have to take these on. The end result is that it's a rapper that died. But if you just take them at the individual thing, you know, this being from Memphis, Young Dolph had a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? He made a song called 100 Shots for a reason. You did? Like,
he was moving like a drug dealer. He was moving like he was still in the streets.
Right. It was a lot going on. Pop Smoke, he went out to LA. You know, we not sure how, you know what I'm saying? They got the address from the whole live and, you know, shit went left with that.
Oh, we sure? They seen the house number. It was either the neighborhood or the house number. And with all the stuff you can do with computers and Google Maps, you can cross-reference all of that, dude, to find out where somebody at. You don't really need much from their surrounding, or the slightest bit from your backdrop could show where you at. You know what I'm saying? Especially if somebody know the city, dude. So that's how they got him.
And then you got Nip. That was an affiliate of his, right? That they had a conversation. Maybe he did or didn't call dude a snitch, but they had a conversation about something that the dude took. You know what I'm saying? But that was these are totally different situations. The only thing y'all have in common is that they're rappers, but these are like, you know, these are like all varying situations. PNB Rock had something going on because after all these videos that I started seeing post his death, and this ain't to disrespect, he was talking a lot of shit about that niggas ain't gonna run up on me, and I got that thing. Some dude ran up on my brother, and we got him. Pow! You know what I'm saying? Whoa!
Very arrogant dude.
Yeah.
You know what? They do have something in common, G. They're all street rappers. All their subject matter is the same.
Well, who's not a street rapper right now? Besides like Kendrick and Cole, like I'm talking about like big rappers. I mean Drake.
Kendrick, Cole, Drake. You know what? All the non-street rappers went into acting, like Joey Badass. Like he's an actor. It's a few more that's actors now. They were smart. You know what I'm saying? They realized, nah, ain't no future in this rap shit. Let me get up out of here.
There ain't no future in your front. All right, man. Let's all right, that's enough, man. Let's you know, RIP Takeoff.
Yeah, man.
Let me tell you the one thing I didn't like. I didn't like the police chief down there in Houston. See, I don't like when people act like they don't know what the hell's going on. When the police act like they don't know what's going on, I get personally offended.
I didn't see his press that he did a press conference.
Oh, he down there talking about, I'm talking to the brothers and the sisters in the community. Nigga, shut up. Talking about if y'all know who was there. Nigga, I know who was there. And I wasn't even there. And I can tell you, nigga, you ain't got the internet? Fuck out of here. You don't know who was there?
Oh, you know how he did that, right? He probably trying to run for mayor at some point, and that was his chance to show he's for the people, you know, like whatever. Like it's people who be doing shit like that, man, they political, bro. They political. That's how I be, man.
Jazz, what you talking about? You talking about, because see, I did hear that as well, that like maybe it was somebody, maybe it was like friendly fire is what I heard, that maybe it was somebody from Quavo's crew. Yeah, from what I heard, it was somebody possibly from their crew that busted, that shot first. And maybe, you know what I'm saying, like it was a stray that caught him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but that's something I definitely heard out of the city.
Bro, come on, man. For real?
I mean, if you watch the video, I'm not gonna play any of those videos, but if you watch the video from TMZ, they're in very close confines. Everybody's right there together. You know what I'm saying? They all are right there together. So if because like I don't know who punches who, if Quavo punches the dude or if the dude punches Quavo, but when they kind of get to going at it, it's immediately that shots start ringing out. So you know,
they were in way too close of quarters to not like, man. How many of these cats? It's all right, man. Why can't somebody go into the range, bro? There's no way that you should be shooting other than your target when you're that close.
No, don't encourage these people to go to the range, Chris.
I just want them to hit the right people if they're gonna try to shoot someone.
Nah, bro. You want them to know, because then they're gonna be even more efficient killers. You're gonna make them more efficient killers, bro.
I don't know, man. You got a point, but at the same time, at least they can kill the person that they're out to kill.
Shit, I don't know, dog.
Yeah,
I don't want them to be good at this.
Hey, man, if you're gonna be a soldier, at least learn how to shoot the damn thing, you know?
Yeah, see, that's what I heard too, Jasmine. That they were shooting at that they crew was shooting and hit Takeoff in the process. That's what I heard as well. So that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? If it was on some friendly fire, you know what I'm saying? Because look, when you shooting that close, bro, I'm not even sure if the range can even help that. Cause you're that close, right? And you pull out yours. After that first shot, people are moving now. So people are scattering and running, ducking. So now, you know, this ain't a video game. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm an assassin at 15 to 20 feet. I'm a fucking assassin. But you got to use your front sights. Like, but think about this. Cats don't really know about shit like Blake, that. Sights on the joint, you know?
But Blake, what you're talking about is standing there shooting at a target. What I'm telling you is that when you pull that out, everybody's going to scatter and run.
You got to practice your drawing too. You got to practice your drawing. I'm just saying, I don't want to get too technical and nerdy with shooting.
Listen, all of that sounds good, is what I'm telling you.
You're saying like the commotion and shit like that. Yeah, I understand.
I'm just saying all of that practice sounds good. Like I knew dudes, you know, when I played ball in college that were really good at drills. Like, man, you could put them through some drills and you like, man, this motherfucker is great at this drill. Like he could do this and all that. He get in the game with some live shit coming at him that ain't that drill, and this mother effer cannot hoop. Yeah. Right? So, like, sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, nothing prepares you for, and not to say that was a war, but nothing prepares you for war but war. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get efficient at it, is doing it. You know what I mean? Like, and again, I don't want people to do this, bro. I don't want.
Fam, look, I'm just saying, man, we learn more about a gun. You get taught, you learn trigger discipline. But we're talking about a group of cats who probably got the emotional intelligence of a kid, dude. Like, exactly. It's about mentality. Think about it, man. You're talking about dudes who, you know, very emotional cats, man. Like, at what point have you ever been in an argument with somebody you couldn't double back and say, hold on, man. Like, let's chill out, man. We got to do all this, man. What's that about? You dig what I'm saying? Like, I've been in arguments with somebody, but hold on, man. Like, what's all this for, man? Let's chill out. You know what I mean? Like, it's all good. Them cats in that video, you see, they ain't attempting that, man. So cats got very low emotional IQ too, man. So
yes.
It's sad, dude. I don't know, man.
I think that might be the best point of this whole thing. I see you, B Hooks. No, I'm not calling out nobody, dog. You might hit the best point though. Blake, is that, man, there got to be a lot of emotional maturity that has to happen in these situations. Because if you look at that video that TMZ put out where Quavo's upset about something, I'm not sure exactly what. But at a certain point, bro, you got to be able to say, man, listen, it's Halloween. We out here kicking it, man. You know what I'm saying? We got money. We hanging out. We doing what we do. It ain't even that deep. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that serious. You feel me?
Right.
Like, man, whatever it was, I'm sure it wasn't that serious. Like, nothing's ever that. It's only a couple of things on this planet that are that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody did something to your kids. Somebody did something to your wife. You know what I'm saying? Your husband. Somebody did something. You know what I'm saying? Like, those things are that serious. Outside of that, somebody just talking shit or like, you know what I'm saying? You know.
Right, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't that deep for me.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right,
dude.
man. Rest in peace, Takeoff, man. I'm sure that there'll be some more information that's gonna come out soon, and when it does, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna be there to make sure that we follow up and react to it. Let's go here, Chris Blake. We want to talk about it as well, man. Y'all, this is gonna be a hell of a tone change right now for y'all, man. I hope you're ready for this. But we got to change it up. We want to talk about something else as well tonight. Kicking. How do I want to frame? Do I want to say kicking out?
Man, look, Roy, let me tell you now. Some people are gonna be offended because some of us in this chat on this fucking live have been kicked out at 18. Say kick out, man. It's unfortunate that our parents think that, but yes, kick out. Yes.
Would you kick your child out at 18? And the other question is, did your parents encourage you to leave when you turned 18?
Encourage?
They encourage you. See how it
coerced?
Did they? Let me play this real quick, man, from Ali. Matter of fact, Ali from H-Town too.
Yeah,
yeah, he from the hood. He from the SWAT. Let me play this from him, man. This is a comedian's perspective. Let's come back and react to this. Let's watch this.
Now, as parents, you gotta watch what you say to your children. Now, back with my mama. Man, my mama has this slogan that she's been saying since I was 10 years old. You gotta get your ass out of here at 18.
Hold on.
Boy,
I should have paid for the premium. You see what happens when you don't pay for the premium, Chris Blake? You see what happens, bro.
I don't know nothing about what just happened to you. I don't know nothing about that.
All right. My bad. I apologize, everybody. I should have had the premium up. I apologize.
We can get time to pay it back. We good.
All right, let me bring it back. Hold on. What your mom been telling you? Hold on. Here we go.
Hey, that's funny.
My daddy, after being there for 4 years, my dad learned some things. My dad was a good dude. Learned some things. My dad tell me real street pharmaceutical life. Man, my mama had this slogan that she's been saying since I was 10 years old. You gotta get your ass out of here at 18. She's been saying this as long as I can remember. Anytime something go bad, that's my mama go to. You know something? Don't worry about it, because you gotta get your ass out of here at 18. You should actually stop saying that to your children. Because see, that's something wrong to say. But then when that wrong advice, that wrong mentality gets met with a wrong situation. So hence, this is the beginning of my street pharmaceutical life.
There you go. Push the man to selling rocks.
Jesus Christ, man.
He started selling rocks.
The boy had to make a business decision, man.
He said we gotta work. We gotta mess with that. Hey, man.
B hooks, man. What the hell?
Listen, I got a lot of overhead. Man. I got a lot of overhead. Okay, Jasmine said, what you say, Jasmine? She said, I left. Oh my. There you go. Listen. Okay, go ahead, Chris Blake. What say you, my guy?
So what I say, you know what's funny about me, man? I wasn't really told that. But, you know, love my mother, but her character alone made me say, no, I gotta get the fuck up out of here at 18. So I was never told you gotta get up out of here, but I know countless of cats that were told that, you know, and a lot of them did get into some trouble. I say out of the 4 or 5 that I knew that, you know, were told that they gotta get up out of there at 18, probably 3 of them went to jail at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody not prepared for that, especially if you ain't really built your kid up to be able to go out there at 18 and do their own thing, you know?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, bro, 18 is legally an adult. You can do shit like buy cigarettes. You can't buy cigarettes no more, can you?
I think they did change that, yeah.
You gotta be 21 to buy cigarettes.
I think so, yeah.
The list gets lower and lower at what you can do at 18, man. Technically, that's still a child, dude.
Yeah.
It's still a child, man. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I understand, or if you've been grooming your child from day one to be, you know, that man or that woman that by 18 they can really hold their own, which is possible. Some people do that. You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't do that. It's just that, yo, at 18, you grown, get the hell on, you know? Especially old school parents, though. You know what I'm saying? Especially old school parents, man.
Jasmine said, hold on.
Gotta be 21 for tobacco.
Yeah, she also said, I can go back home right now at 27 years old with open arms.
Man, that's love too, man.
Here's what I would say about it. So I was a little bit different. So at 18, I went off to college, right? I went to college. I went to college out of state. So, and I was several states away, right? So it was like I wasn't able to, quote unquote, like I wasn't in the same city or in the same state where I can like come home on the weekends or every other weekend. I was gone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what when I had that 4 years out on my own, you know what I'm saying? After that experience of being on my own, no one there around me, you know what I'm saying? I can come and go as I please. Although I wasn't 18 at the time, right? I couldn't go back because the restrictions that were being placed on me, right? There's this whole thing. Jasmine said, "What up, JC?" There's this whole thing of you know, once you go back now, you quote unquote got to respect my house, right? And I understand it.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
I understand it, but you got to understand as well. For the last 4 years, I've been coming and going as I damn well please. You know what I'm saying?
Literally and figuratively, right?
Right. And now you're gonna tell me all of a sudden, hold on, you need to be inside at a decent hour. Well, hold the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? Like, but okay, let's just back it up though. Let's just back it up. And you can jump in whenever you're ready, Jay. But I just want to back it up a little bit though, because there is, to Ali's point. I've heard that, you know what I'm saying? I've seen my cousins be told that. I've seen people, hey, once you turn 18, you ain't my problem no more. At a certain point, I mean, Blake, you are technically, legally, they're saying that you're an adult.
Man, come on, fam. Come on, fam.
Okay, let me ask you this then. At what age then would you start encouraging your child to, hey, you know, are you gonna, you know, when are you gonna venture out? At what age would you start? What do you think is a good age? Put it that way.
A good age. We keep putting it on age, right? Age don't mean a damn thing. How about at a good monetary level?
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, for instance, there's some Italian motherfuckers at home, and they still live at home. They're like 40. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, you know, because it's some Mexican cats, you know what I mean? Like, they be fucking 10 deep at a house. Everybody just, you know, going in on the bills, saving money and shit like that. But it's like, all right, so it's not really about the age. It's like, for one, what did you instill in your kids to make them be, like, better prepare them for the world? That ain't really an age-driven thing, you know what I'm saying? And if you haven't done that, like, did you at least allow your kids to stay there and just taught them something with their money to where they could save a bag before they get out there? Like Shorty just said, she could go home right now at 27 with open arms. You know what I mean? Everybody don't have that option. Let's say, for instance, something go wrong out here, which sometimes it happens. Something go wrong in your life. This is how life goes, right? You have nothing to turn to. What you go? This is how people start doing porn and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, no, you can't come back here. Like, wait a minute, dude. You put me out at 18. Now something went wrong. Like, things go wrong in kids' lives or young people's lives. Like, and now I can't come back.
And just for the record, I'm not a fan of, quote unquote, putting someone out at 18. Although I could understand why somebody would want their kid to go out and maybe try to start their life. To Jasmine's point, though, they would always have the ability to come back home. But I do want to, at some point, I got to take the training wheels off. And I'm with you, Blake. I think you brought up a good point, Blake, that it's not necessarily an age thing, right? But, you know, also as a parent, though, right? Like, I mean, you know, that I think there has to be a certain point. It may be a monetary thing, but if it's a monetary thing, if you haven't left this house just because you've built up, you know, 20,000, 25,000, 30,000 in your savings, but if you've never been on your own and left this house, you can go out there and mess that up at 26.
Yeah. You can definitely do that. Yeah, you can definitely do that. But it also comes, like I'm saying, man, you got to prepare your kids, man. Like, and if they go out there and mess up, then that's when you say, look, man, you're going to have to learn this shit. You can't come back here. You're going to have to learn. You dig what I'm saying? Like, figure it out. Yeah. Or at least scare them enough to when you let them back in, we're going to set a date that you got to get your ass back out.
Right.
But you're right. Like, I can, like 27, 30, hell no. I think I'm going to prepare. If I have children, I'm going to prepare them to the point where it's like at 30, you ain't even going to look at me to think want to come back. Like, nah, fuck that.
Jesus Christ, you know 30?
Yeah, I mean, dude, do you ever really get rid of kids if you're a good parent? If you're a good parent,
no, I mean, you never. Well, I don't want to say get rid of them. Jesus Christ, Blake.
Come on, dude.
I know what you're saying.
Come on, man. One of the babies come back, try to come back at 35. You're gonna be like, yeah, come on home, baby.
Yeah. You're gonna always.
I mean, it depends on the situation.
On the
too,
situation,
you know?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the good book does speak about the prodigal son. You know what I'm saying? Come on, somebody.
Hey, man, that was another show, man. We talked about that on another show. JC, cut it out, man.
No, but
I thought that was the Lion King. The king has returned. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I thought that was J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
I know Harry Potter, nigga.
Nah, because it speaks to what you guys are saying as far as like it really doesn't have anything to do with age. It's more of a mental, capacity. You know what I'm saying? Are you capable enough to go out on your own? Because homeboy said, "Hey, Dad, I need you to give me my part of the inheritance that belongs to me," and then he left, spent everything, wrongfully, and came back home. You know what I'm saying? So it's all a mental capacity thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I left my mom's house when I was 16 years old, and I never went back.
Hey, hold on. My dude Brian in the chat said Blake skipped a lot of options. He skipped. Hey, he said, forget selling weed, forget stripping, forget promoting. He went straight to porn.
They got. Do you know what? They got more options now, man. OnlyFans is selling out there, baby. You go out here and try to sell some weed. Weed legal every damn where. You know what I'm saying? Like
straight to porn.
OnlyFans, man.
He didn't even go to softcore. He went straight to hardcore porn.
Hey man, have you seen the shit they doing on Twitter for subscribers? Shit, even got me a couple times. I ain't gonna lie.
He went straight to OnlyFans.
Motherfucking talented.
He went straight to. She started the OnlyFans. But no, I think we all say the same thing. Like it's, and I think people with kids would understand when I say, every child is different, right? So one child that may be at 18 may be ready. You may know, like, yeah, he or she is ready. Another child at 18 may be like, this little him or her, they may need another year or two. You know what I'm saying?
Because they're individuals at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. Every kid, everybody, trust me, you're gonna know their personality. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you're gonna be like, nah, he ain't really ready. You know what I'm saying? But if they tell you they are and they want to leave, in the back of your mind, you probably gonna be like, yeah, he gonna be back in 6 months. She gonna be back in 6 months. But you gotta, on a certain level, you kind of have to let people go out and explore. Now, you want to your point, Blake, you want to give them all the tools or as many as you can give them. But
right.
I mean, we all know, bro. Come on, man. At 18, at 21, at 25, all of us thought we knew a hell of a lot.
Oh yeah, it took me getting about 35 to realize, damn, I was wilding. I was stupid as hell.
Yeah. You think you know a lot.
I was ignorant. Somebody say 35, nigga, that's old. No, it's not.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? That was the reason I always had a problem with the show Snowfall. I'm not saying I dislike Snowfall, but this guy Franklin Saint was like 20 years old, 21 years old. And I'm like, he got all these grown ass people around him. And this kid is 20, 21 years old.
That actually can happen though.
I'm not saying it can't happen, but like they were just sitting there like it wasn't until like season 5 until they finally said, "Hey, we're not gonna listen to that 20-year-old no more." There was 5 seasons in. They said,
hey, but he was like 25 by then, though.
Wait, goddamn, that's my point. They finally decided this little young motherfucker might not know what he's talking about.
And he had to connect though, so he had the power. I'm
with you. He did have to connect, but also he didn't have a life experience. Because if you go back, not to give a whole Snowfall review, but his uncle said from the beginning, yo, it's a lot that come with that powder.
A lot that come with it. He was so naive.
Yeah, his uncle told him from the rip. His uncle didn't even want to get into the powder because he knew what was popping.
But you know what's crazy though? He didn't want to get into the powder, but his uncle was selling weed and PCP.
Yeah, but that shit is different though. That's different.
Is it
he was at a PCP, right? Like he's like the powder come with a lot. Like what the hell does PCP come with?
Or the niggas with the PCP, niggas just get naked and like run down the street. It's about the word.
You do call them butt naked, right? When you dip the cigarette in that motherfucker, call them butt naked. God damn, boy. Hey, people don't do drugs, man. They can be awesome sometimes if the party's going right, but it's gonna be that night where the party ain't going right. Don't do drugs, man. Don't do drugs.
Okay, let me
Is
go
that
to
your
Jasmine. Got a
professional
question for us.
opinion?
Jasmine said, "What do y'all think would help the child be ready, though?" And then the second part, she says, I guess she's just asking, like, is it just how you raise them? So go ahead, JC.
Yes.
What do you think will help the child be ready? Is it just the way that you reared them up?
You know, there's a saying in a book that said it takes a village to raise a child. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that. I believe that. You know, it. You know, it's definitely the way you raise them, the way you know, instill certain values in them. You know what I'm saying? What you teaching them you know, at this point. It's because, you know, if you allow them to do whatever they want, they're gonna walk all over you, and they're not gonna be prepared, because if they try to pull that stunt on somebody out in the street, they gonna learn a good lesson. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's definitely the way you raise them, the way you talk to them, the way you know, teach it, you know, spend time with them. It's all the values that you instill in them.
Yeah.
I can agree, man. I don't have children, but hell, I've been a child. I've been somebody who left
Sure.
the nest at 18, and you know what I'm saying? I had to figure out life. I had to figure out life all on my own, man. Don't let this proper shit fool you. My mother didn't know the way. My old man didn't know the way. I had to figure this shit out 100% on my own. All my older brothers got felonies and bullet wounds and shit like that. So everything I learned, nobody really taught me. But if I had somebody who I could reach back to and ask questions about certain shit instead of actually having to experience it, you know, that would have made it a lot easier for me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like just having
Mhm.
somebody to call that had already experienced life. Just come on, man. This life shit is kind of the same for everybody, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially if you're from a similar background. We all come out here. It punches us in the face. We got to keep going. Motherfucker hit us in the gut. We got to learn how to block it. You know what I'm saying? But if
Right.
you going out there, you don't know how to bob and weave, then shit, man, you're going to keep getting punched till you fucking learn how to keep your guard up. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
And if you ain't got nobody to teach you how to box, shit, you gonna have to take them punches for a long time before you learn. You dig what I'm saying? Like, so it's about the training, dude, you know, and having somebody to hit up, like, yo, man, I just had XYZ happen at the job, yo. Like, how am I supposed to deal with this? You have an old man, you have a mother who, you know, been in the workforce too. Like, oh, hey, do this. Don't even worry about that. Do this and XYZ. You'll be prepared, dude. But like a lot of people don't be having that shit, man. So like, first off, have enough love for your child to where they can reach back to you or will feel comfortable reaching back to you. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's number one. Like, if you're not instilling love in your kid and they don't feel comfortable hollering at you, like, what do you really have? You're gonna have somebody else that you sending a weaker version of yourself out into these streets, bro. You know what I'm saying? Putting them out there at 18. If you ain't instilled that love in them to feel comfortable enough to reach back to you, to, you know what I'm saying, giving them insight of how to move out here, man. Like, it's weird. You know, it's kind of sad when people get put out at 18, man, who don't be having that insight, dude. That shit terrible, dude.
Yeah, but you know, I would say this though, that there is also a saying that says experience is the best teacher. Now,
It's a good teacher.
Yeah, because you know, Keenan Ivory Wayans once said something, and listen, the Wayans family is one of the most successful families on this planet. Let's not get that twisted.
2-parent home, by the way.
Yeah, and he said something one time talking about his parents because he had that 2-parent home. He was like, he felt like he had to get away from his parents and cut that safety net that they would catch him, right? So that he could say, yo, I got to do this. And if I fail, I got to figure it out. I can't stay near them because I know I'm going to have that safety net. Now, listen, with that being said, that doesn't work for everybody. I'm not saying that works for everybody. I'm just bringing it up though, right? That like, there's sometimes something to be said about going out. Listen, there's a difference between struggling and living life and figuring it out. And allow me to explain. I don't want my kid to leave my house and have to, like the old heads used to say, have to get on the county, right? I don't want them to do that, right? Shout out to the old heads, get on the county.
This nigga country in a Cadillac with motherfucking mud flaps, man. What the hell you talking about?
They had to go get on the county, right? I don't want you to do that, right? I don't want you to do that. I want you to be able to leave my house, be able to live in a nice part of town, right? I want you to listen. First of all, I think 18 is. Let me just back up. I think at 18, if you're not going to college, because think about it, at 18, if they're going to college, technically they're leaving your house at that point. Right. If they're going to college or if they're going to the military. If they're going to the military or to college, they're technically leaving your house at that point, right? if they're not doing either of those, this is just my opinion. If your child is graduating high school, they're 18, they're not going to the military, they're not going to college, but they want to move out. Me personally, I would say that you need to really take inventory of your child and have an emergency fund ready for them. That's what I would say as a parent, that you should be putting some funds to the side, because trust me, and I'm not saying that like those kids that go to college into the military, well, the military, you gotta trust me, nigga. You got room and board in the military. You don't need much. If you mess up, you good. You know what I'm saying? But in college, you might need some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like you should, but the reality is also though, Blake, not every parent can do that.
Unfortunately not.
Yeah, not every parent can put some money to the side and say, hey, if something happens, this is a couple thousand over here in case Junior get in some trouble financially. You know what I'm saying? Because we've all went out here and got credit cards at 19, 20 years old and wilded out.
I was actually pretty responsible with mine until I turned about 25 and I started getting them higher credit lines and shit.
Oh,
I had a credit card with like 50 grand on it at 25.
Shit.
What the
Nigga,
hell?
They gave me a $7,000 credit line when I hit 21. I went to Vegas the next week, nigga, and maxed that hoe out. That's 100%. That's 100% true story. Balled out, nigga. I'm down there. This was early 2000s. I'm down there renting limos and shit.
Right, and a talk from your old man couldn't save you from that, because
no,
that's like you feel like a man now when you got.
Yeah, nigga, what you gonna tell me? I got 7. Yeah.
Like what?
This nigga talking about
damn car, man. Shit.
Save my money.
Hey, what's up? Hey, you want some drinks over there?
Yeah.
Hey, send a bottle over there.
And my old man was frugal as hell, right? I never seen my old man be frivolous with his money. But you know what I'm saying? You get out there and you have a chance. Jasmine, hold on, my fault, missed your comment. Jasmine said, she said, I ain't popped one out yet either, but my stepsons are everything. No, that's facts though. Listen, man, when you have kids, there's a responsibility that comes with them. And to your point, Blake, you like they're always your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what, they're your kids. You know what I'm saying? And so you always want to be there to help them no matter what. But there does come a point to where hopefully you have put them in a position to where they can be self-sufficient. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the goal for every parent. I think that's, you know, when you step back and watch your kid, you want to see like, man, look, man, damn, they doing good. You know what I'm saying? Like I sit back now and I say, man, like I hope I can say that for my girls one day. Like I just want them to be productive and be happy. You know what I'm saying? So
most def, man. Most def. You got enough life experience to instill it in them.
Yeah, you know, and the only thing I'll say about that though, Blake, I don't disagree with you, but in my experience,
huh? I just gave you a compliment. You about to shit on yourself?
No. I'm not gonna kill the compliment.
You got enough life experience to give it to them. Like, I agree with you, man. But hold on.
No. But hold on, because like but I'm saying,
man, go ahead, bro. My bad.
No, because you made that point a few times, and it's a great point. But I don't know if young people, including myself, I don't know how much people listen to that.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'll even say this. In my readings, I've learned this. A smart person, right, learns from their mistakes. If you're smart, I got you, Jay. If you're smart, you make a mistake, you learn from it. An intelligent person learns from the mistakes of others.
Right.
So I'm trying to raise intelligent children, right? So that they can learn from other people's mistakes and not make them. But unfortunately, sometimes, man, life is just going to happen. You're going to make a mistake. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I think now the biggest thing I see from these younger generations is learning how to deal with things. I think is the biggest thing. Because, like, me and you, Blake, if something happened, it happened and we like, okay, I'm going to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I think now a lot what I see is something happens and motherfuckers get totally devastated. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? But go ahead, though, Jay. Go ahead, JC. Jump in.
So you know what I think is the problem? That nowadays a lot of young people, because of the mistakes that we made, they don't want to listen to us. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I feel that that we have an issue, because they say, well, you made these mistakes, so why should I listen to you? Or you messed up here, so why should I even listen to you? You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem that I'm seeing with this new generation, because they just say, well, you know, our forefathers didn't do that, or you know what I'm saying? They try to pass the blame on the fact that, you know, we weren't the best example, so why should they, you know, even have it as an option of listening to us? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You
And
know
I
what? You
feel
got a
that
point
that's
with that, dude. Because but think about it like this: if you ain't got shit, then I understand. You know, a young person saying, "Nah, fuck out of here. I don't want to hear what you got to say." But if you got something, you know what I mean, and it shouldn't be like that, right? That you have to
Right.
have things to show it. But I think somebody will be more receptive of your information, despite your mistakes. They'll be more receptive if after those mistakes you show. You know what I mean?
right.
What can I say? I'm at a loss for words. But after those mistakes, you have at least made something of yourself that they can see to an extent, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
No,
but yeah,
I agree with that. So, but the thing is, even at that point, they'll be like, well, you know, yeah, you made these, yeah, you got this, but you still made all these mistakes, and that's not what I'm trying to do. So when you sit there and you try to tell them, hey, well, listen, I wanna help you so that you don't commit the same mistakes that I made. Maybe we can try a different route. They'd be like, nah, I got it. I can do this on my own. I don't need
well, we gotta let them touch that stove, baby. You gotta let them touch that stove, man. Find out.
you. It's a
All
little
right,
hot. It's a
best
little hot.
wishes. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All you can do is try,
Yeah.
man. All you can
Yeah,
do is
no,
try.
that's the best point right there, JC. That's what I was trying to say when I was rambling. Is that these kids? No, real talk though. These kids today, they want to see. Listen, if you come to them with some advice, and that's what I was trying to say when that's what I was thinking about when Blake was talking. I was like, it sounds good, but these kids today, if you giving them advice, the first thing they gonna do is look at what you driving, what you wearing,
Mm.
where you live at,
We
and
talking
they
about
go
outsiders though. I'm talking about your own kids. Something trying to
no.
go into outsiders though.
No, your kids as well. Your kids are gonna, because listen, you gotta understand, your
Damn.
kids are influenced by their friends. Think, who was your biggest influences? Was your friends?
Well, my parents, you know, bless their souls, they're not really the best examples for, you
No, but
know. So yeah, I was more influenced by my friends, unfortunately. But
no. But I think that's most kids though. I think most kids, like their friends have a huge influence on them, right? I think as a parent, you try to teach them right from wrong, but like, man, you grow up. Like my daughter, she's a freshman in high school now. She just went to her first high school party last week.
nice.
And it was like, damn, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? But like we knew
Yeah.
we had to let her go because she needs to experience that, right?
Right.
Yeah, we set some parameters. Hey, you got to text me, you know what I'm saying? Every 30 minutes, you need to shoot me a text. Like, hey, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Everything's straight. But like you have to let them, like, you got at some point, you got to start taking those training wheels off. You know what I'm saying? And just let them explore, because everybody's gonna deal with it different. But I think like your kids are gonna look at you, and no matter what I've seen is that every child, no matter how well they have it, they're they're gonna look and say, I had it good, but I ain't have this, I ain't have that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. Right.
I had a pretty good childhood, but my first car wasn't the bomb. My first car was a goddamn Isuzu iMark. Go look that shit up on Google, nigga.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is, brother.
Exactly.
But
Go look that up on Google, nigga. But Blake, you know what? I got it when I was a sophomore in high school.
oh
So
man,
I
you got
had
a
a
car in
car.
high
Hey,
school? Man, I
You
don't
know what
want
I'm
to hear
saying?
nothing from you. This nigga had a
my
car in
my
high
first
school.
hey, my
That's what
first
I'm
car
saying.
was a 97 Galant.
But that shit rolled
Mitsubishi.
though. The Galant was
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
though.
That actually was pretty nice, JC. You weren't
Yeah,
really
that
making a
motherfucker
point with
rolled,
that.
nigga.
But
Yeah.
My bad, my
That
bad,
Galant
my bad,
rolled.
my
Yeah,
bad.
nice
fuck out of here,
ass
nigga.
car. Yeah, that was pretty good, man.
Yeah, nigga, that
My
shit
bad.
wasn't even a decade old when you was in high school. That was a good
Jesus
look for
Christ.
you.
Okay. But nah,
This
man, you're
nigga,
right though. But like we said though, man, let them touch that stove, man. But man, that's a
yes.
great point, man. That's a great point. damn, even no matter how much you teach them, it's still outside influences that makes me think about Wall Street, right? The movie Wall Street, Gordon Gekko and fucking Bud Fox. Bud Fox's dad was the head of the union, raised him right, all that good shit. He got around Gordon Gekko and all that money. He want to do insider trading. Next thing you know, he gets slapped by the damn SEC, prison time. He shitted on his dad for Gordon Gekko. What do you have? Wait, whoa, nigga, what? I put you through college. What do you have? Like, you in the New York penthouse now, you shitting on me? I know it's a movie, but that's real life though. I don't be thinking about that shit. You know.
You see, look, Jasmine said, I'm looking at all that when people try to give advice to. See, like, trust me, man. Younger people that's the first thing looking at. Like, you giving me advice, but hold on, like, if your advice so good, why you ain't take it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's why I don't get nobody advice. I'm saying this for my kids in the future. Fuck these kids out here, man. Don't give niggas no advice, man. I'll be ready to talk to you after you fall off the first time. Your first hard fall off. Then, I think you're ready to accept some information. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta listen. And like, this is, I think, is going to be the hardest part for me because I have girls. It's the hardest part for me, and my dad has talked to me about this, like, now that I'm older. But the hardest part is going to be for me to have to sit back and watch them fall on their face. Like, that's going to be difficult for me to say, damn, I got to watch. I know that, like, this isn't going to go. Because, like, as an older person, like my grandma used to say, if you think you figured it out, baby, just keep living. As an older person, I know that I need to just keep living, right? I know that I need to just keep, like, rocking out. Listen, JC's on some whole other movie. I know I got to keep, niggas like, I know I got to just keep moving. But, and you know this, Blake, when you see something going on, like, yeah, that ain't going to end well, right?
I even indulge into knowing this shit ain't gonna end well sometimes.
But you gotta just sit back and let it play out. What's who's the chick that's messing with Blueface? What's her name?
Krishan.
There you go. Any person with any experience in life whatsoever can look at that and say, that's some bullshit that's never gonna end well. But you couldn't drag her away from him right now.
Wait a minute, fool. We put all the blame on him. Like, she fucked up too, though. So, like, even dating her, she's the type of woman that's
listen,
like, wow.
Let me be clear. Let me be clear. You can't drag either of them from each other. Let me be clear.
Right.
Because he wants to be around that toxic foolery himself.
It's very exciting.
Right.
And then you get in it, you indulge in it. Because I've had my times with it too, knowing it wasn't a good idea. Been told, this probably ain't a good idea.
Right.
But that thing had the grip, man. Slapped.
And look, the craziest thing is what you learn is that when you try to give somebody advice and they don't want to hear it, when they become resentful towards you, that's a tough thing, bro.
That shit sucks, don't it, man?
That's tough to deal with when you try to give somebody advice and they resent you for trying to look out for them. And like, you don't know, I'm happy. You just don't want me to be happy. Like, that's some tough stuff to hear.
Yeah.
You just got to bag off, man. Again, let them touch that stove, man.
Yeah, but and that's, see, I apologize for earlier, bro. But that's the stuff that I try to that we as parents have to teach our kids. You know what I'm saying? How to listen to what's being said and take heed to the things that is going to help you. You know what I'm saying? Right. But that whole, I feel like we've kind of messed up with allowing these new kids
to have social media.
Yes, I didn't want to say it like that, but yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. We just got to do a better job at parenting, and I include myself. Because I'm not the best dad.
I know, man. That second family, you got to do something for that second family in Puerto Rico.
Hilarious. But listen, though, Jay, like, I understand what you're saying, but how can you fight the internet?
That motherfucker got hands too, don't it?
Bro, you can't fight the internet, bro.
You just gotta limit the usage. Limit the usage, man.
Look what Ali went through when there was very pre-internet. It's probably because of the 80s or something, right? So now we got today where you just seeing it full-fledged, all these beautiful lives that nobody's really living, but you're seeing it. I ain't even consider the outside influence as it pertains to just the fucking phone in somebody's hand. Ooh, it kind of sounds scary to be a parent, man. Do I really want kids?
No.
Yeah.
I be thinking about it.
And look, at 18, is anybody ready? Listen, LeBron went to the NBA at 18 and looked hella good. Pause. But you know, LeBron went to the, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's people that, you know, Kobe went to the NBA at 17 and looked like he belonged. Now it took him a while to become Kobe, but he was always good enough to be there, right?
That even adds to their legend, don't it?
And I'm bringing up these examples because there are people that at that young age are ready for it. But man, there's a lot of players that came out early that wasn't ready.
So many.
You know what I'm saying? That wasn't
twice
ready.
as many as the ones who made it.
Yeah, they were. You know, like Tracy McGrady, he was touch and go for a while. He didn't start off as T-Mac. It wasn't looking good in Toronto for a while. You know what I mean?
Like 5-6 years or something like that, right?
Yeah, it took him a minute before he became T-Mac. Don't get it twisted. So, like, not every child, but every child is different, though, man. But I do think that like that old trope of parents saying that to kids probably wasn't the best thing of saying, hey, once you turn 18, you're gonna get up out of here. But let me say this though, Chris Blake, in defense of them, if you got 3, 4, 5 kids, you know, if you got an older one that's maybe 3 or 4 years older, yeah, once you turn 18, you might got to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Make some room up in the crib.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, my baby's always gonna be my babies, right? But there has to be a point in time where you have to let them learn. You know, you did everything you could to teach them. You've done everything you could to set them in their ways, give them structure, you know, love on them and all that good stuff. But there has to be a time where you gotta, you know, let them take off, man. Let them take off. Obviously, they're gonna learn. You know what I'm saying? And everything that you've instilled into them, they're gonna put it to practice. But at that time, like me, I left my mom's house when I was 16, man. 16 years old. I started traveling everywhere, and I was able to do that. And because of the way that my parents raised me, I think I turned out okay.
For the second family you don't take care of, man.
This nigga.
Oh, quit putting that on you, bro. It's just so funny, though. It's so funny to tell somebody I got a secret family, bro. It's hilarious to me.
But no, I think
gonna stop believing it.
That's my goal. That's my goal. You're gonna be dropping in the chat. JT, take care of them damn kids in Puerto Rico. I won't stop till it's fucking fulfilled, dude.
yeah, but no, I think that like, yo, listen, though, man, like on a certain level, so you've raised a kid, they're 18 years old, they're an adult. Because you know what really happens. Here's the thing that we haven't talked about, because here's what really happens ultimately is that now you have an 18-year-old legal adult in your house, right? And then you tell them to do something. Listen to what I'm saying, not ask them. You tell them to do something. And then they tell you no. What happens now? That's a grown adult that you have in your house now.
The door's right there. Don't let it hit you on the way out.
See, there you go, right there. See?
Yeah, when they getting, yeah.
But this is what my mom used to tell me, right? Until you don't start paying rent, you got no say.
Okay, so let's go there. So let's talk about rent. Okay, because I have some homeboys. I got some homeboys. I got one of my homeboys, one of my brothers who is Nigerian, who he stayed at home, and his parents were like, yo, you need to stay here until you, to Blake's earlier point, they told him he had to stay there until he had, I think, $25,000 or $30,000 saved up.
Listen, what was some great parents? Golly.
They was like, yo, you need to stay here until you got like, you know, a good little nest egg in your savings account. Then what we'll do is we'll pay, like when you find you a place, we'll pay like we'll pay the first and last months. You know what I'm saying? We'll whatever you need to put down, we'll go ahead and front that for you, so you ain't got to come out of pocket for that, right? We'll make sure you got a job that can support this. Plus, you got $25,000 in the bank, right? They did that they told him they wanted that to be the scenario before he left, right? Which, if you just step back and look at that, yes, as I said earlier, yeah, he could still mess that money off, but bro, trust me. In the words of early Kanye West, having money's not everything, not having it is.
And bro, with that type of love that you're like that, do you know how much it probably would pain somebody to disappoint their parents when they did all that to prepare you?
Yeah.
That's something that's looming over your head. You know what I mean? Like, it's...
Yeah.
Think about it, Blake. Can you imagine being, I don't know, let's say 24? Just take you back to when you were 24, and now you have 25. Let's say a round number. Let's say 30,000. Let's say 20,000. Let's go $20,000 in your savings. Your parents pay for they pay for you a nice spot in a nice part of the city, whatever city you in. They pay whatever the first and last is, right? You got a job already set up. That's pretty good to start your life off with, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right, because at 25, I was like $250,000 in debt, maybe about $350,000 in debt, and the real estate had crashed and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I would have much rather had that scenario instead of taking chances like that. Like, that was risky business back then, doing all that house flipping and shit in like 08, 09, right?
Yeah.
But you take them chances because nobody else gonna provide it for you. Like, what you supposed to do? Just sit and wait? Nah. But to not have had it, like not to have had taken them chances, or not have had, but like to not have to take them type of chances because you got that type of shit. Like, come on, man. That is beautiful, dude. Give me something to strive for.
I think that's my goal in life, is if I can have my daughters leave here with a nice lump sum of money in a savings account, plus we pay for whatever, you know what I'm saying, we find, like, they get a good job, and then me and my wife say, hey, even though you got this good job, we gon' whatever you find your spot, whatever to front, if it's a house, whatever it is, we gonna front whatever that is, so you ain't got to come out of pocket. But then after that, you take off after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's a hell of a way to start a child off in life.
That's a good little launching pad, if you ask me.
Damn good launching pad, man. I mean, if you stomp down as a parent, because I've heard of, like, I've had people in my life who, passing or whatever, who had parents from the day that they were born would take like a savings and set it aside, not like a savings account, but like a high interest bearing account, like a money market account.
Right.
Put a certain amount in there every month, so by the time the kid's 18, they can actually touch that money and shit. They can pay for school. Just do several things that they could do. Like a car note sized amount. Did it every month ever since they were like babies.
Right.
And hearing them type of stories, I'm like, God damn, people actually did that.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm trying to do that for my daughters right now as we speak. I'm trying to like throw some money and some stuff to where, unfortunately this market is crazy right now, but put some money and some stuff to where, like, build that up to where, like, once they hit a certain age, like, that's just you. Whatever's in that account, that's you.
And you know what's fucked up? The game has changed so much. Like you're saying about the market, economy, inflation, price gouging, because some of this ain't even really inflation. It's price gouging by a lot of these companies and shit that's fucking up pricing out there. But those products are gone. A lot of those products that were available back in the dude, interest on a savings account, you can get like 10% interest on a savings account back in the 70s and 80s and shit like that.
And nigga, right now, if you're getting 2%, you're doing good.
Fool, I normally see about 0.003 on a savings account these days.
God,
right. On the screen right now, this is a young lady on her Twitter. She said, y'all think 25 is grown until you turn 30.
And realize you still don't know a damn thing.
And you realize you still don't know a goddamn thing, right? That's what I'm saying. But, like, that's the reality of life, right?
Right.
Like, that's the reality of life, that, like, it's difficult to, like, tell a person that or show a person that, right? That, like, yo, trust me, you're 24 right now. You think you know a lot of shit. Wait till you're 34. you're gonna look back and say, "Damn, I didn't know nothing."
Bro, and
But like, you can't tell them that. Like, they won't be able to rationalize that at 24.
They won't. And I still say it now that I'll be like, listen, I tell everybody that I talk to, this the only thing I know is I don't really know much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you
Yep.
learn to know that and it's not you trying to like act like you humble or anything like that. It's just, it's a reality, man. I thought I did think I knew it all when I was younger because I did a lot of traveling and whatnot. So, I thought I was expanding my horizons and whatnot. But, getting to this age and stage in my life where, now I got, 4 kids and and one on the way, and then I'm like, damn, like I thought I no, I don't know it all. I listen, I don't know a damn thing, man. And that's tough. That's tough because you try to sit here and figure things out, and there's just times when my brain just shuts off because I don't want to do it.
And we have to,
And that's
right?
what,
We have no
yeah.
other choice.
Yeah, and that's what these young people don't understand, man. They think they know it all because they got a kid, and nah, man. You oh boy.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
the one thing, right? Because like, what happens when like your 23-year-old creates life and they're a parent now, right? It's like, listen, the most difficult thing that I've seen on this planet is to try to be a parent to a grown person with a child. That's a difficult thing.
Mm.
I never seen it done firsthand. Like, I never seen anybody like,
that saying babies having babies, that was a real deal.
Yeah, because think about it, like if you have a 23-year-old son or daughter, right? And they are, struggling in life, and you try to help them. It's very difficult to try to help them because think about this. Here's what I always say. Like, I know my parents have the best intentions in the world for me, right? But I always say that with their help comes conditions.
Mm.
And I don't always want those conditions, right?
Right.
Because like maybe I got to hear a lecture. Maybe because like and everybody knows this. If somebody gives you money, you kind of owe them an explanation for some shit, right?
You do.
You know what I'm saying? Like that whole notion of somebody gives you money and you don't gotta tell them what's going on. That's not naivete, right? Like if some, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like there's that, right? So on a certain level, it's like, yo, do I want to struggle so that I don't have to hear that? Because that's something that we ain't even talked about. Is how about your child doesn't want to hear I told you so?
Mm.
Isn't that kind of like when you gotta kind of finesse it though, and not throw it in their face because you know how it'll make you feel if somebody do some shit like that in your face though? I know it's easier said than done.
Right.
I know it's easier said than done though, man. Yeah.
It depends on the child, right? Because you're gonna listen, trust me, man. I got one kid right now that is super defiant and another one that's super laid back. And I already know how this shit's gonna go. Because me and my sister were the same way. I was super laid back and my sister was super defiant. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? You already know what's coming. And it's like, you're going to have these conversations. And I mean, listen, it's a beautiful thing having kids. But to your point that you made earlier, Blake, it is a lifelong commitment to where like these are always your kids, no matter if they're 30, 40, 50, that like you brought them.
Or you can just be like my parents and say, "Get the fuck out of here, man!" Like you just ignore the shit. You can be like, say, "Fuck them kids, man."
Listen.
It builds character to say "fuck your kids." Okay.
I'm gonna say this to you, Chris Blake. I'm not saying that your parents have to have the correct mindset, but
hey, man, it builds character.
But hey, on a certain level, man, you gotta learn, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta learn.
Yeah, you have to.
Sink or swim, baby. One thing about the sink or swim method, you're gonna fuck around and find out real quick what not to do.
real effing quick.
And it goes back to what I was saying. You know, they either gonna go by the values that you've taught them and instilled in them, or they just gonna again fuck around and find out.
What is okay? We're getting up out of here tonight. Let's get ready to get up out of here. What does the good book say, JC, about these children? You should what?
You should instruct your children in the ways of the Lord, so that when they get older, they won't depart from them.
There you go.
Come
That's
on,
what
somebody.
I'm looking for right there. That's what happens. But listen, that's what you got to live with, though, right? You got to live with that you've given them the proper instructions. And even if they stray a little bit, they know that they were given the proper instructions and they know what to come back to center them, right? Because we all stray. We all stray from the teachings of our parents, from our religious doctrine. We all stray, but we all know what we need to come back to in order to get us back centered.
Let them find out fat meat greasy, baby.
Ooh, that's all. Oh, you talking about me? Talking about I'm an old country nigga. That's an old country nigga saying.
Man, I'm just trying to match the energy, love. That's all.
Fat meat ain't greasy. Fat meat is greasy. You dig? Anyway, let's get up out of here for the night, man. Rest in peace and Takeoff. Man, make sure y'all put up a prayer tonight. One thing we didn't talk about. Let me just say 2 minutes on this real quick. We didn't talk about, and I brought him up. It was maybe a Freudian slip. Offset.
Ooh.
Takeoff.
No. Offset.
Yeah.
Offset was beefing with Quavo and Takeoff.
Ooh.
They haven't been talking.
He crying. He probably been crying all day, dude.
They haven't been talking for a while now. And let me take this time to encourage everybody, man, that if you got anything going on with somebody that you really care about, man, don't hold no grudges, man. Clear that shit.
Yeah, let that go. Yeah,
clear it up, man, because you never know, bro.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Takeoff left this realm of existence, and him and Offset never got a chance to clear that up. They never got a chance to because trust me, I know it was something petty. They never got a chance to clear up whatever that little pettiness was, man. And that's gonna weigh on that man now. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna weigh on
100%. 100%.
You know what I mean? He never got to, cause like, hold on, clear it up for me, Blake. They're like, Quavo is Offset's uncle. I'm sorry, Quavo is Takeoff's uncle, and Offset and Takeoff are cousins. Is that right? What's the relationship?
I think it's some cousin thing. Yeah, I think they're like them two are his cousins or something like that. But
like Quavo is Takeoff's uncle, though, right?
From what I remember hearing, yeah.
Yeah, and then Quavo and Offset are cousins.
From what I remember, yeah.
Yeah. So like this is all in the family, and like you just know whatever it was that they had a problem about, it was something stupid. You know what I'm saying? And so
could have been talked about. Something a sit down could have handled.
Yes, I encourage everybody out there, man. Listen, if you got anybody that you got anything with, man, trust me, it is best to go ahead and get it out there and clear it up, man. UGK got a song. One day you're here, the next day you're gone, right? And that's real life. You know what I'm saying? That's real life.
Yeah, you got whatever it is that you holding, whatever it is that you got going on, just honestly make a phone call. Let it go.
Yes.
Man, trust me. Let it go, man.
If you gotta feel like you gotta quote unquote be the punk or be the bigger man or be the lesser man, whatever it is, bro, trust me, get that off your heart.
Yeah.
Because
for sure, man. For sure.
That's a bad feeling that young man now has to live with for the rest of his days on this plane of existence, is that he never made that right with that man before he left here. Yeah, that's tough. I didn't want to end on a somber note, but that's food for thought.
Because I was about to make a real fucked up joke, but I'm gonna let
Christ, Blake. Jesus, Blake is so dark.
I am, dude. It's the best comedy though. It's the best comedy though, bro.
Hey, dark comedy is the best comedy.
Yeah.
But all right, man, let's get up out here for the night, man. Shout out to the homies, man, for chilling on a Tuesday night. Y'all join us next Tuesday, man. We do this on a Tuesday night, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. You dig what I'm saying? On a Tuesday night. Y'all tap in with us tomorrow night. Tomorrow night on No Strings Attached.
Go Phillies.
We are on Wednesday night. We are doing a reaction to the legendary sit down between Nikki Giovanni and James Baldwin.
Y'all
We
doing
are
that
doing
tomorrow night?
yes, sir.
Tomorrow night. That's something y'all gonna cover.
Yes, sir.
I'll make my
Oh, we
jokes off
getting deep
camera.
now. We getting deep now.
I'll make my jokes off camera.
We getting deep now, my brother. We're gonna talk about Nikki Giovanni and James Baldwin sit down. This is the sit down where Nikki Giovanni tells James Baldwin, as your woman, as your black wife,
You see?
maybe at this point you got a lot of me to show me that you love me. So we'll talk about that tomorrow night. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with us over there, man. No strings attached. We up out here for the night, man. Peace. Holla.
Go Phillies.